What is up everyone, Diluc here with a brand new Genshin Impact video. Today we're going to compare what I think are the best units to run as a sub-DPS for Diluc. Obviously, going for Melt and Vaporize will be optimal, so Ganyu and Xingqiu end up being the main units you should use with him. These two are the only ones able to keep up with Diluc's attack speed, because of how fast they can debuff enemies with their own elements. We will try to find out which one is better, so first, let's see how they compare against the Cryo Regisvine using a simple combo with Bennett and Albedo. Let's go. As you can see, they both offer a similar damage output against this boss. I believe that the Melt reactions are slightly stronger than Vaporize, but they aren't as consistent. Even with Ganyu's burst, it is hard to maintain a constant cryo effect on a single target without creating a reverse Melt on accident. As a matter of fact, the cryo debuff from Ganyu's burst is independent from your basic attacks, whereas Xingqiu's burst applies Hydro according to them. With this in mind, the choice seems to come down to the type of content you are facing and the playstyle you prefer. Ganyu is a big hitter with a huge radius, which is intended to take out big groups. In the case of Xingqiu, his burst will be laser focused on only one enemy, making him the perfect enabler for enormous single target damage. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly showcase how I built them as sub-DPS units, and we'll compare their talent scaling and energy cost between each other. For Ganyu, I'm going with Stringless for the increased elemental skill and elemental burst damage, as well as elemental mastery. In terms of artifacts, I have 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Blizzard with a crit rate circlet, an energy recharge sands, and a cryo damage bonus cup. On Xingqiu, I am running Sacrificial Sword, which allows me to use my E twice, 80% of the time at Refinement 5, and gives me a ton of energy recharge. In terms of artifacts, I'm running something similar. I have 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Heart of Death, with an attack circlet, a hydro damage bonus cup, and an energy recharge sands. Now if you look at their total stats, my Xingqiu has 126 elemental mastery, 30% crit rate, 109% crit damage, 224% energy recharge as I'm focusing on this, and 81% hydro damage bonus, which is obtained upon leveling him up as well. Ganyu's total stats are similar. She does have much more elemental mastery, but much less energy recharge. She has similar crit rate and crit damage, although it's slightly higher. So she may have a smaller advantage here, but she does lose 20% cryo damage bonus compared to his 80% hydro damage bonus. So, what I think about Ganyu is that her burst is completely designed to take out large groups by applying cryo and then destroying the enemies with pyro attacks. As you can see here, the uptime is 15 seconds with a cooldown of 15 seconds, the energy cost is 60, and each shards at level 7 will do 105% damage. For Xingqiu, it's a tiny bit different. The duration is the same, the cooldown is 5 seconds longer, the energy cost is 20 more, so it's 80, and the sword rain damage is slightly lower. However, it is applied much more often, and it is dependent to your basic attacks. Also, it is inherently needed to have Sacrificial Sword to keep up with the cooldown of Ganyu's E, since this cooldown here is 21 seconds. So if you want to generate enough energy for your burst, you definitely need Sacrificial Sword. This sort of indicates that Xingqiu is the single target damage dealer, whereas Ganyu is the group damage dealer. Especially if you look at her E, and the way it behaves with enemies, it actually attracts them and sorts them out together, which makes it even easier to hit all of them with Diluc's burst. In conclusion, I believe that both Ganyu and Xingqiu are viable options with their own strengths and weaknesses. Ganyu's slightly shorter cooldown, lower costs, crowd control utility, and huge area of effect makes her amazing for many abyss floors where you need to fight a lot of enemies. On the other hand, Xingqiu has longer cooldowns, but they are forgotten quickly because of his much more consistent and reliable vaporize opportunity windows that can keep up with Diluc even when cancelling his animation. To sum it up, you can use both of them and will get slightly different results depending on the content you are facing. I personally very much enjoy the playstyle of both units and will use them accordingly to my combat situation. Now, for a last bit of fun, I will showcase both of them working together to bring my Diluc to the next level. Enjoy the gameplay, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.